I just want to highlight that on our screens right now, what we're showing is a protest against the release of this documentary. This was an agitation that happened months ago in October 2022, where several people came together outside the BBC office in London saying, do not release this documentary. It's propaganda. Do not come out with this documentary. You see some of the placards that are being held there saying Hindu lives matter, half-truths. It's a big lie. Lord Rami Ranger is also with us, joining us from London. Good afternoon, sir. What do you make of this documentary and the entire narrative around the 2002 riots that's essentially being resurrected from the dead?
I think it's in a very bad taste. It is scoring your own goal by creating hatred between Hindus and Muslims. They are going to divide the community and divide their country. They'll be very bad for the social cohesion. We are one community now. We have one king and one country, and therefore we should not be created any policy which brings these two community at a loggerhead. The policy of divide and rule worked in India, but if you're going to use this, it will damage your own country as well. I think it was in a very bad taste, and the Imran Hussain, who made a false statement in the House of Commons that he had consulted the Foreign Office, and this is what they said. This is totally lie. We checked, and they said he had never consulted, and nothing was said to him, and there is no such reference in the Foreign Office, and they are going to take issue with the leader. So therefore, this is the hallmark of Pakistani community, Pakistani leadership. They are unable to rise above the rest on merit. India is rising, and what do? They just find something negative to feel good. I appeal to these guys that they have to rise, like the Indian community has risen, exporting doctor, engineers, scientists, teacher, businessmen, and now the
Lord
Prime
Ranger,
Minister of the
if I
United
may,
Kingdom. So they need to
if I could, once again come back to the documentary for a moment. Why is it that you've objected to this documentary? Why have you called it biased?
I have called it biased because they have just picked up a couple of guys who were anti-Modi. There is a large community, Muslim community, which voted for Mr. Modi. They love Mr. Modi. Having stopped the triple talaq, you need guts. You need guts to stop this, the Kashmir, 387, whatever it was, to remove that, to make the Kashmiri equal to the rest of India, and giving them the share of the Indian growth and development. So it is totally biased. I can project picture in a way I want to show. So the BBC wants, by damaging Indian community or their Prime Minister, they want to feel good. They're not going to feel good. They're going to unite.
Are you saying that there is an agenda, there is a motive, that there is a bigger design behind this?
There is the only design is the stupidity. They are scoring own goals. They damage their own country because we are a very hard-working community. We are not in prison as much as the Pakistani community. We do not do grooming of young girls. We do not do drug peddling. So they should not antagonize the community which has contributed so much. We employ nearly 5 million British people, in businesses. So they, by insulting a community which is hard-working, positive, progressive, they are now going to... Well, anyway, BBC has lost credibility. It's a biased broadcasting corporation, Bakwas Broadcasting Corporation. That kind of name are coming up now. So the BBC was held in a very high esteem at one place, but now why don't they go and do a documentary of Tony Blair, who was responsible for 300,000 deaths in Iraq with the false narrative of weapon of mass destruction?
Okay.
Why don't they investigate on grooming gang or something like that?
You also said, why don't they do a documentary on history of Winston Churchill? Why is that, sir?
Exactly. They should be doing on the famine in Bengal. They should be doing a documentary on the massacre of a Pakistani army of 2 million Bengalis, and the women 300,000 were raped. They should be doing documentary on that. But because there are 30 to 40 Labour MPs who depend on Pakistani votes, because Pakistani votes are the best because they are in ghettos. Because when Indian does well, he moves to English area. But unfortunately, Pakistani, because they have never empowered their women, their leaders are not focused. They're focused on religion. They do not even know that if religion had with power, Bangladesh would still be part of their country. In fact,
Okay.
these people treated Bengali on their race in such an appalling manner that they should be ashamed of themselves.